Hello everyone, I am Anusha. I am currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at St. Martin's Engineering College. Today I am going to discuss about the topic of Fourier series and Fourier transform in signals and system. So first of all, Fourier series is the signal representation frequency domain. We call it as a Fourier series. So first signal. Signal means the signal definition is that representation of the signals in the frequency domain. We call it as a signal. Anything that carries information, we call it as a signal. Anything carries that information, we call it as a signal. The representation of the signal is in the form of A sin omega t cos omega t. Those are the examples of the signals. Signals are the two types. First one is the continuous time signal. Second one is the discrete time signals. Continuous time signal is nothing but it is a signal having the continuous amplitude and continuous time. We call it as a continuous time signal. Discrete time signal. Discrete time signal is nothing but a signal having the discrete time instance of time and continuous in amplitude. We call it as a discrete time signals. Further, both these are classified as a first one is a periodic signals and aperiodic signals, and second one is the causal and non-causal signals. So third one is the even and odd signals. Third one is even and odd signals. Coming to first one, periodic signal. Its signal itself repeats at regular intervals of time. We call it as a periodic signal. It is mathematically expressed as x of t is equals to x of t plus capital T. X of t plus capital T. So next one is the even signal. So even signal is nothing but a signal having the x of t is equals to x of minus t. We call it as a even signal. X of t is equals to minus x of t. We call it as a odd signal. The representation of the signals in frequency domain, we call it as a Fourier series. So these are the contents in the topic is first one, introduction to Fourier series, types of Fourier series, applications of Fourier series, Fourier transform and properties of Fourier transform, applications of Fourier transform. So he is the person of the Fourier, finder of the Fourier series. His name is Joseph Fourier. Joseph Fourier, he is a French, he is born in French, and the Fourier series and Fourier transform and Fourier's laws are named as his honor. So Fourier series definition is, coming to the Fourier series definition is the representation of the signals over a certain interval of time in terms of the linear combinations of the orthogonal functions. We call it as a Fourier series. So Fourier series is applicable only for the periodic signals. The periodic signal is nothing but it's a signal repeats itself at regular intervals of time. We call it as a periodic signal. So x of t is equals to x of t plus capital T, where t is the time period t 2 pi by omega naught. So Fourier series further classified as exponential Fourier series, trigonometric Fourier series, and cosine form of Fourier series. Trigonometric Fourier series. So where x of t is equals to x of t plus t, or x of n is equals to x of n plus n. So next, these are the types of the Fourier series, trigonometric Fourier series. So trigonometric Fourier series, the trigonometric Fourier series definition is, it is a linear combinations of the orthogonal functions. That orthogonal functions are, we call it as a trigonometric Fourier functions are called trigonometric Fourier series. So the trigonometric Fourier series equation is defined as x of t is equals to a naught plus a n into summation n is equals to minus infinity to infinity a n into cos n omega naught t plus b n into sin n omega naught t, where omega naught is the angular frequency and omega naught is equals to 2 pi by t, and omega naught formula is omega naught is equals to 2 pi by t. So where a naught, a n, b n are the coefficients of the Fourier series. So further these coefficients are defined as a naught is equals to 1 by t into integration of t naught to t naught plus capital T by 2 into x of t into dt, and a n is equals to 2 by t into integration of t naught to t naught plus capital T by 2 into x of t into cos m omega naught t into dt. cos m omega naught t into dt. So next, the coefficient Bn is equals to 2 by t into integration of t naught to t naught plus capital T by 2 x of t into sin n omega naught t. So these are the coefficient formulas of the trigonometric Fourier series. So trigonometric Fourier series is applicable only for the periodic signal. Fourier series does not applicable for the aperiodic signal. This is the drawback of the Fourier series. So next, this Fourier series is applicable for the Fourier transform. So that's why first we check that it is applicable or not. So for periodic function concept is x of t is equals to x of t plus capital T. X of t plus capital T. So what is the formula? Formula for the trigonometric Fourier series is x of t is equals to a naught plus summation n is equals to minus infinity to infinity an into cos n omega naught t plus bn into sin n omega naught t. Sin n omega naught t. So substitute in the place of x of t plus capital T, we get a naught plus summation n is equals to minus infinity to infinity an into cos of n plus n omega naught. In place of t, we have to substitute t plus capital T plus bn into sin n omega naught t plus capital T, where capital T is called the fundamental time period. So next, a naught plus summation n is equals to minus infinity to infinity an into cos of n omega naught of t plus t is equals to 2 pi by omega naught. So substitute here 2 pi by omega naught plus bn into sin of n omega naught t plus 2 pi by omega naught. So next, omega naught get cancelled. We get summation a naught is equals to n equals to minus infinity to infinity an into cos of n omega naught t plus 2 pi n. Here omega naught get cancelled. We get plus bn into sin of n omega naught t plus 2 pi n. So cos of 2 pi n is nothing but cos theta. We get the answer is a naught plus summation n is equals to minus infinity to infinity an into cos of n omega naught t plus bn into sin n omega naught t. So it satisfies the periodic condition x of t is equals to x of t plus t. X of t is equals to x of t plus t. It satisfies the trigonometric conditions. So coming to the exponential Fourier series. Coming to exponential Fourier series, the exponential Fourier series definition is it is a trigonometric linear combinations of the orthogonal functions is called a Fourier series. That orthogonal functions are in exponential in nature, we call it as a exponential Fourier series. So in exponential Fourier series, we are using the exponential form e power j omega naught into t. In this e power j omega naught into t x of t. So a periodic signal can be represented over a certain interval of time in terms of the linear combinations of the orthogonal functions. If these orthogonal functions are exponential functions, then it is called a exponential Fourier series. These are called exponential Fourier series. For any periodic signal x of t, the exponential of Fourier series is given by x of t is equals to summation n is equals to minus infinity to infinity Cn into e power jn omega naught t, where Cn we call it as a Fourier series coefficient, exponential Fourier series coefficient. That Cn is defined as Cn is equals to 1 by 2 pi into integration of minus infinity to infinity x of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. This is the Fourier series coefficient formula, both are vice versa. So after that exponential Fourier series, we get the Dirichlet's conditions. Every Fourier transform follows these Dirichlet's conditions. So these Dirichlet's conditions are a periodic signal x of t has a Fourier series if it satisfies the following conditions must and should. So first one is x of t is absolutely integrable over any period. Any periodic function it is having must and should absolutely integrable. That must and should absolutely integrable is nothing but integration of minus infinity to infinity x of t into dt is less than infinity, and x of t has only a finite number of maxima and minimum values over a certain interval of time. The time t is equals to 2 pi by omega naught. Any periodic signal having its x of t is equals to x of t plus capital T, and x of t has only a finite number of discontinuous over any period. So nothing but this any Fourier series or any periodic signal having some discontinuous after transformation. So in the discontinuous are overcome by applying the Fourier series. So that Fourier series is having gives the harmonics to the sine waves, harmonics to the waveforms. That harmonics are we are calculated. So these are about the Dirichlet's conditions. So first one is the periodic signal having must and should satisfies the condition absolutely integrable, and second one is a finite number of maxima and minimum number of values, and third one is the x of t has only a finite number of discontinuous over any period. So third one is the cosine form of Fourier series. That cosine form of Fourier series is the any over a interval, any signal that the representation of the signals over a certain interval of time in terms of the linear orthogonal functions. That orthogonal functions are in the form of cosine. We call it as a cosine form of Fourier series. That cosine form of Fourier series equation is represented by x of t is equals to capital A naught plus summation n is equals to minus infinity to infinity capital A n into cos of n omega naught t plus theta. So this is the cosine form of equation. So in that A naught and A n are the coefficients of the cosine form equation. So A naught is equals to A by 2 into small a by 2 into theta. So where theta is the angle, a phase angle of the system. But the Fourier series is applicable only for the periodic signals. So this is the main drawback of the Fourier series. So to overcome this Fourier series drawback, we go to the Fourier transform. So Fourier transform is also a technique that transforms the signal from the continuous time domain into frequency domain. In that continuous time signal is nothing but it is having the continuous amplitude and continuous time period. We call it as a continuous time signal. So that continuous time signal will be converted into the frequency domain. That frequency domain is represented with the 2 pi f. So that Fourier transform having the Fourier spectrums but Fourier series having the discrete spectrums. Fourier transform having the Fourier spectrum and Fourier series having the discrete spectrums. So in this discrete spectrums, we call it as a Fourier transform. So for this, we can use the Fourier transform compared to the Fourier series. So in Fourier series is applicable for the both periodic and aperiodic equations. So for the periodic signals, and aperiodic signals. So these are the applications of the Fourier transform. So these are the applications of the signal analysis. These are the applications of Fourier transform. So first one is a signal analysis. So continuous time signals. The application for include electrical, electronic signal processing and quantum mechanics, etc. A signal analysis breaking down complex periodic signals into simpler sinusoids. Communication system, frequency domain representation of the modulated signals. So next advantage is the audio processing, identifying harmonics and frequencies in musical signals, vibration analysis. So vibration analysis also we are using the Fourier series, studying mechanical systems and structures by that one. We are using in this Fourier series. So coming to the Fourier transform, the Fourier transform is a mathematical tool operation that defines the relationship between the time domain representation of a single and its frequency domain representation. Nothing but the signal is converted from the continuous time domain signal into frequency domain. We call it as a Fourier series. Fourier transform is widely used to solve the differential equations. Fourier transform has some mathematical properties such as linearity, scaling, duality, convolution, modulation, conjunction, etc. So that Fourier transform is used for the continuous time domain signal into frequency domain. So in this Fourier transform is applicable for periodic and as well as aperiodic signals. Periodic and as well as aperiodic signals. So the Fourier transform equation is x of omega. So any signal is represented with x of t. Here t means in time domain, x means representation of the signals. This x time domain signal will be converted into frequency domain by using the Fourier transform. That Fourier transform time t is converted into omega, where omega is the 2 pi f. That means time to convert it into frequency, that is represented with x of omega. So here the formula for the x of omega is equals to integration of minus infinity to infinity x of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. So here x of t is a signal, x of omega is, we call it as a Fourier transform of that signal, e power is nothing but the exponential, where omega we call it as a angular frequency, that omega is equals to 2 pi by t, t naught. So these are the Fourier transform pairs. So these Fourier transform is recovered from the Fourier series. Suppose we are taking any periodic signal x of t of t. So xt of t is nothing but it is a periodic signal. So xt of t periodic signal is defined by n is equals to minus infinity to infinity Cn into e power jn omega naught t. Jn omega naught t. So where Cn is the coefficient of the signal, Cn is equals to 1 by t into summation n is equals to integration minus infinity to infinity xt of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. Multiply with that one, t Cn is equals to integration of minus infinity to infinity xt of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. Minus j omega t into dt, and take a x of t as a aperiodic signal. So this aperiodic signal is converted into periodic signal by tending t tends to infinity. By t tends to infinity. Aperiodic signal. This aperiodic signal is converted to periodic signal t tends to infinity. When applying the t tends to infinity, t Cn of is equals to limit t tends to infinity integration of minus infinity to infinity xt of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. So this xt of t is converted into x of t. This periodic signal is converted into aperiodic signal, and n omega naught is converted to omega. So from this Fourier series we can derive the Fourier transform. So Fourier transform equation is x of omega is equals to, substitute those values, we get x of we get integration of minus infinity to infinity x of n into e power x of t into e power minus j omega n into dt. So this is the Fourier transform equation. So where x of t is the inverse Fourier transform. So inverse Fourier transform is nothing but we have to recover the signal from the Fourier transform. That is nothing but the input signal. So x of t is equals to 1 by 2 pi into integration of minus infinity to infinity x of omega into e power minus plus j omega n into j omega t into dt. This is the inverse Fourier transform equation. So x of t and x of omega are the Fourier transform pairs. So x of t and x of omega we call it as a Fourier transform pairs. So main advantage of this Fourier transform is applicable for periodic signals and aperiodic signals, but Fourier series is applicable for only periodic signals. So this is the main advantage of the Fourier transform. So this Fourier transform is converted the differential equations into algebraic equations in the frequency domain. So that is about the Fourier transform. So after that we will discuss about Fourier properties of the Fourier transform. So properties of Fourier transform, first one is the linearity property and second one is the time shifting property and time folding property. So in this we discuss about linearity property. So linearity property is nothing but linearity property is the superposition, it obeys the superposition principle. Superposition principle is that the total weighted sum of the inputs is equals to the individual sum of the outputs. That is a superposition principle. A signal which satisfies that condition, we call it as a linearity. So coming to our formulas, x of omega is equals to integration of minus infinity to infinity x of t into e power minus j omega t into dt, and x of t is equals to 1 by 2 pi into integration of minus infinity to infinity x of omega into e power j omega t into d omega. So these equations are we called as a Fourier transform pairs. So next one, applications of the Fourier transform is. So next applications of the Fourier transform is, in that Fourier transform we are having so many applications are there. The applications of Fourier transform is electrical and electronics we are using. So these are the properties of the Fourier transform. So linearity and time shifting, conjugation and conjugation symmetry, differentiation, integration and time scaling and time reversal property, frequency shifting, duality, time convolution, Parseval's theorem. So these are the properties of the Fourier transform. So coming to the first property, linearity property. So linearity property is nothing but it obeys the and satisfies the superposition principle. So for the superposition principle, the total weighted sum of the inputs is equals to the individual sum of the outputs. The total weighted sum of the inputs, we take it as a transformation of A into x1 of n plus B into x2 of n. So this total weighted sum of the inputs we are applied to the Fourier transform. We get the individual sum of their outputs. So individual sum of their outputs is y1 of n into y2 of n. y1 of n into y2 of n. So in this y1 of n and y2 of n, y1 of n is the first one output and y2 of n is the second one output. So for this second one output is both are equal, we call it as a linearity property. So second one is a transformation of x1 of t plus x2 of t is equals to b into x2 of t is equals to total weighted sum of the transformation of a into x1 of t plus b into transformation of x2 of t. So transformation of x1 of t is nothing but the y1 of t. A into y1 of t plus b into y2 of t is called the output. So when it satisfies that condition equal, we call it as it obeys the superposition principle. Otherwise, not equals to a into y1 of t plus b into y2 of t, we call it as a non-linearity property. Does not satisfy the linearity property. So second one is the time shifting property. A time shifting property. In time shifting property, the time of the signal will be shifted from one point to another point. For example, the signal starting from the point is from 0 to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The signal is starting like this. So it repeats itself at regular intervals of time we are taking. So time shifting is nothing but the signal is shifted from the point one place to another place. So here the signal is starting from the point now 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. Now the signal is starting from the point 1. So the time of the signal will be shifted from 0 to t. So when we are apply the Fourier transform to this shifted property, x of t minus t naught is equals to Fourier transform of this one is equals to e power minus j omega t naught into x of omega. After applying the Fourier transform, we are getting that one. So Fourier transform of x of n is equals to x of omega. Now we have to prove that a Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught is equals to e power minus j omega t naught into x of omega. So we have to write first Fourier transform formula is integration of minus infinity to infinity x of n into e power minus j omega t into dt. So this is the Fourier transform formula. So next, in place of x of t, we have to substitute x of t minus t naught, x of t minus t naught into e power minus j omega t into dt. Now take t minus t naught is equals to p. T minus t naught is equals to p. Let us take where t is equals to p plus t naught and dt is equals to dp. Now substitute these values in that equation. We get integration of minus infinity to infinity x of p into e power minus j omega into dt is nothing but p plus t naught. P plus t naught and next dt is converted into dp. Now integrate minus infinity to infinity x of p into e power minus j omega p into e power minus j omega t naught into dp. Here e power minus j omega t naught is the constant. Now we have to write Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught is equals to integration of minus infinity to infinity x of p into e power minus j omega t naught into e power minus j omega p into dp. Here p minus j omega t naught is constant. It is write it outside. Integration of minus infinity to infinity x of p into e power minus j omega p into dp. So this is like in the form of Fourier transform. Fourier transform. So we have to substitute that one e power minus j omega t naught into x of omega. This is the property. Next coming to next property, time reversal property. In time reversal property is time of the signal will be reversed, nothing but x of t is converted to x of minus t. So in this video we will see the harmonics. The Fourier series is a signal having some discontinuous in the transformation. So that discontinuous are at that oscillations are we minimize by using Fourier, applying the Fourier series. So in this Fourier series, the circle by you have to represent that harmonics by using this circle. So in this x-axis and y-axis are rotating. So these harmonics are performed. So that harmonics are counted. So these harmonics are removed by using the Fourier series. Harmonics are removed by Fourier series. So time reversal property. So in this x of Fourier transform of x of minus t is equals to x of t into e power j omega t. So apply the Fourier transform. Fourier transform of x of minus t is equals to, substitute in that x of minus t in that equation, x of minus t into e power minus j omega not t into dt. So minus infinity to infinity, let us take x of minus t as some n value, x of n into e power minus j omega. In place of t, we have substitute minus n into dt. Let us take, so thank you. This is about the Fourier transform and Fourier transform.